When I first started playing support, I was shooting at enemies the moment I saw them, and I was welding doors everywhere I went, not realizing that these were problems. So, by the end of this video, I'm going to share with you every problem I was running into, how I solved it, and some great ideas on perk builds and weapon selection. A quick note, this guide is intended for beginners to the support. So, the first issue was my use of shotguns. Quite powerful weapons, capable of taking out any Z or E does, with even a body shot, so I used to think that I should take down enemies one at a time. As soon as I saw them, one shot, one kill. What was the problem with this shotgun rain? I was stopping enemies from crowding around my team. The problem, though, is that I was wasting my limited ammunition supply, even if I was fully topped up. The answer was to wait till enemies have lined up so I could kill or damage multiple enemies with one shot from my shotguns. This helped a lot with ammo efficiency. To note, you will deal more shotgun damage, have greater shotgun penetration, increased weight capacity to allow you to carry more shotguns, and more ammo for each shotgun as you level up. Second comes the perk skills to choose. I was unsure of which ones would be the best options. Let's break it down step by step. Being able to reload faster is overall more effective than a greater mag capacity, except for weapons like the AA-12. Dealing more damage to prevent enemies from getting to you and your team is better than becoming the team's tank to take damage you should not really be taking. Reducing shot spread of shotguns helps deal more damage at a further distance away from you and your team than a slight damage boost and a bit more penetration. Resupply pack will help your team earlier on, as although the support gets a passive ammo backpack, this skill will help other team members save even more money on ammo and armor, helping them to get higher tier weapons sooner. Concussion rounds will still help later when large Zeds start appearing and if you're playing solo. Lastly, Z-time barrage will allow you to quickly deal with a mob of enemies or even a few large Zeds, whilst shotguns fire too slowly otherwise to make the best use of the other Z-time skill. These skill choices will help you throughout a match. Moving on to perk weapons now. I have had an issue with knowing which perk weapons to choose from, but I think I have figured it out now. You will start off every match with the SG-500, which is a solid starter weapon, even for low-level supports. Not only will it tear through crowds of clots, but it can also kill Gore-fasts and Gore-fiends in about 1 or 2 solid body shots, given the Gore-fasts' high body health. This can help lessen pressure on everyone, especially firebugs, who fare poorly against them. You will also start with frag grenades as well, which are important to cover, but I'll be quick. Use them against groups of Zeds, especially if you're reloading, or to start off your takedown of a large Zed, or even a combination of the two. You're going to want to save up for the AA-12 and either the Doomstick or the HM-Tech 301, best overall combinations. But let's look at a few of the weapons you'll be using to save up to those. Starting with tier 2 weapons, the double-barreled Boomstick is a solid weapon with damage coming in bursts with not too long of a reload time. Its double-barreled blast can take out a siren or husk in one shot, but be quick to avoid damage, and this also allows you to knock yourself backwards or upwards if you jump before you shoot, which can be useful to avoid large Zeds trying to hit you. Moving on to the HZ-12 multi-action, this is the cheapest mag-fed shotgun, which can fire 2 shots in quick succession before having to be pumped. It is also a good option for general trash clearing. It is not suited for taking on large Zeds. The Nailgun is also a decent weapon, with its capability to pop heads off trash in single shot mode, and take on even large Zeds with its shotgun mode, able to dispense many nails in a single shot. Its nails will also ricochet off any surfaces they hit. The Dragonsbreath is the last weapon in this tier, a shotgun which can also set Zeds on fire. It's also decent against trash, and with fire panic from its shots, it can also be used to take on large Zeds, but won't take them down as quickly nicely as the Nailgun. It's important we consider tier 3 weapons now, starting with an odd entry for the support, the HRG Ballistic Bouncer. This weapon can certainly bring the pain with the ability to charge shots, a high fire rate and a moderate reload speed, dealing not bad bludgeoning damage. But the knockdown power per shot is very high with this weapon, capable of staggering an enraged Fleshbound or Scrake. For the more typical support options available at this tier, we have the M4 Combat Shotgun. It deals high damage per shot, and with semi-automatic capability, it can deal high burst damage when fully loaded, holds 8 rounds. It is loaded 1 round at a time though, with not much spare ammo, 6 weight, and costing 1100 dosh for this limited burst damage. It is not the weapon we will be considering. Moving on to an odd mix of pistol and shotgun, we have the HRG Buckshot. It's decent for taking out trash, with a low weight, moderate/fast reload, high burst damage potential, and is quite cost effective, at only 550 dosh for each one, as they can be dual wielded. It has got low accuracy, high recoil, and a fair spread to watch out for, but it can still be not a bad stepping stone to tier 4 weapons. The HM Tech 301 shotgun, on the other hand, is one of the weapons to consider for our final loadout. This weapon is great for clearing trash, being able to fire rapidly and deal high damage per shot, with greater ammo efficiency and reload speed than the M4. With it being mag-fed, it can also heal teammates with its healing dart, providing extra utility, and has a relatively light weight. Overall, this weapon is a great weapon in its own right, but is even better when paired with the AA-12. Moving on to tier 4, starting with the AA-12 then, it has a high damage output, a large magazine, 20, versatile fire modes, semi or full auto, and a tight shot spread, allowing you to take down trash and medium Zeds from a distance quite effectively, including EDARs. Although it has a high ammo cost, a heavy weight of 10, and a moderate reload time, it is still one of the support's best weapons when utilized properly. So, it's the weapon we want, either paired with the weapon mentioned previously, or one we have not covered yet, the Doomstick. This weapon also allows you to knock yourself backwards and upwards, like the Boomstick, but not any further than it, and has 4 barrels instead of just 2, for even more powerful shots from the secondary fire, useful for taking out large Zeds. This also means you can take out more packs of enemies with 4 well-placed shots from the primary fire. It has a hefty weight and a low stockpile of shells though, so make sure to choose your targets. It is a good finisher for a target that has been damaged with the AA-12 though, so you can either use it to take care of a horde of trash, a large Zed by itself, or as a finisher for the AA-12 in this weapon combo. A quick note on the HRG Blast Brawlers: you're not a berserker or survivalist, so refrain from using these. Now we know which weapons we want to use, let's consider our target priority. We will want to aim for enemies that are in a straight line, or staggered a bit, depending on which weapon we're using, to ensure we make our shots as efficient as possible, even if EDARs are in the line. Stalkers and crawlers are going to be 2 problems for this strategy. Stalkers will try to flank you, and crawlers are obviously much shorter, so ideally you're going to leave these for your teammates to clean up. The support's weapons are also quite effective in taking down any large Zeds, so if it looks like they are going to cause trouble, open up on them when fully loaded. Now we know our target priority, let's consider how we will handle the boss wave. No matter which boss you're up against, you should focus on the boss as much as possible, since supports are one of the most consistent damage dealers. Just be sure to help take care of any Zeds going after even higher damage perks, such as sharpshooters. This weapon can even carry out some spot healing to help keep people topped up as you're clearing the trash. Just keep in mind that you're not the medic, but that still would not have helped me with the fact that I was welding doors shut everywhere I went. What's the problem with that? It's holding off Zeds, right? Wrong. Most of the time, I eventually realized I was cutting off our avenues of escape and boxing us in, surrounded by Zeds, which got us killed far more often than it actually helped. So I realized that you always want to have an avenue of escape, away from the route most of the Zeds are taking. If one is available, feel free to weld doors shut. It also depends on what map you're on. Some rooms are just great to weld and some aren't. If you click this playlist right here, I break down every single map in KF2 and which doors you should be thinking about welding. Many thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.